method will be much important for the teachers who teach in grade 11, then this can be used most effectively for English. First, that we identify the structure of the paper, the first and the second paper, then that you find the similar exercises from the textbook and the workbook. Then you get the opportunity to discuss with your students. You can use group works, pair works, and PowerPoint presentations to do this broadly. Just writing on the blackboard is not that much effective because there are new methods, the language labs and any other facilities, smart classrooms can be available in most of the schools and the institutes. Therefore, that we should give them much facilities to do self-learning, to stand alone. For example, when we get the specific question, number 2, in O-level paper, we should identify how it has been organized. The similar questions, the similar content should be found in the textbook and the workbook. This is not like any other grades. Our main aim to give good passes for our students. It is our target that we could see in most of the education zones. They have a big competition. They have a big competition to give good results. Most of the students also anticipate to have records, achieving well in their O-level examination, especially for the mathematics, English and science. They get tired so much because that they think they will be able to get a good future if only they get through well in all those subjects. However, then that example, picture description. The picture description, you can do this in several ways. First, you distribute some papers. Some papers means some exercises relevant to the picture description, and then you can discuss with the students that how to fill all those gaps and the way of identifying the certain figures in the picture. It is in the method, and that if you would like to give it in a PowerPoint presentation, that picture can be given and ask the students to use the relevant words for the gaps. Like that, the certain type of questions, at least 20 questions should be completed. At least 20, because it will be much helpful that if you can provide the similar way nearly to 20, because low learners, very weak students also will be able to participate for your lesson in positive outlook. It's likewise the short paragraphs. Most of the students that they can't understand in village schools, that we know, because they are we can find very poor readers that they can't understand. In such occasions, that you group them, you get into groups, and afterwards that ask them to explain one by one. But we need not to talk much about the lesson and try to finish early. That we wait and then we discuss the number of short questions with them, and then we can give the certain guidance, and afterwards that how to provide correct answers, the words or phrases. Otherwise should we write a full sentence? Then all we know those things according to the marking schemes. Then within that experience, that we can give them necessary instructions to do this and that. It is another way. Afterwards, the writing questions. For the writing questions that you need much time to practice them for writing. That's also a gradual process. I think nearly to 2 months, near to 2 months that we'll have to practice writing. Simple way, the correct way to give keywords. First, keywords and phrases can be given for writing. Start in simple way. First, that you should give them models. Practically that we could see that you write the number of questions but without answers. You have never written any answer for all those questions. Sometimes that I could see such sort of responses. Therefore, first you write that you answer and then ask them to write. Otherwise, you give a model answer and ask them to follow, but through the discussion, not just writing. First, that you should have a broad discussion with them relevant to the test, writing test. Then, critical essay. At the very beginning, it is very difficult to start the critical essay. There also get short topics, and you also give them the targets to complete 20 words, afterwards 50, like that at once. That some of the students can't write many words. Therefore, for the weak students, you should use alternative methods. They can't keep in breast with clever students. Therefore, that you should have better knowledge to manage the certain occasions without making any harm to the learner. They are also in the maximum way that you are able to use the textbook. The textbook can be used to get a better understanding of certain topics and the way of writing. There should be a diction, the way of writing. And then again for the workbook, write, select the similar questions and guide them to write well. At the certain topics also, nearly to 10 or more than 10, the writing, the topics must be completed. At least 20, just that we can expect, because that they will gain much experience in writing if we can provide the similar opportunities in writing. Nearly to the same task, nearly to 20 questions. But if you can't, it is impossible to give such a big amount, then at least 10 questions, similar questions continuously, that you can practice with them. Then even in the monthly test also, that you measure knowledge relevant to the task. Then finally, after practicing all those tests well, finally that you can give a complete paper. Complete paper means number of papers can be given, that we can finish this task early, and afterwards that we can give them the number of papers, giving them the appropriate time and the management. Then you also can monitorize them how far they could succeed with the help of this project. But for the monthly test, that you can use the certain things that you have taught and practice. All those things can be included in a separate book, and afterwards that you can draw a graph of the improvement of the students or the drawback, and all those things you can report in different ways, using a graph, using a table, like that. You can use a number of methods. If you are a good teacher in IT, very easily that you have that so many tools to evaluate that your students and a better way to identify them. Then I personally believe that if we can discuss the similar questions, at least 20 similar questions to a certain task, all the slow learners also will be able to practice them well. Within a short time, that if we follow a method of giving them papers, distributing papers, and ask them to write continuously, that we ask them to complete this, and afterwards they will get low marks. They will get low marks because that they can't understand, and sometimes they have not learned them before. Those are the things. While practicing, sometimes that we will have to teach most of the things that we will have to teach, because that in certain occasions that we could see, there are students, they don't have the knowledge in grade 6. The teacher that who teach in grade 11 is not totally responsible for that problem. We personally know about it. Therefore, sometimes the grade 11 teacher will have to teach in the grade 9, grade 8. That's why that I mentioned about the gradual process. The gradual process, however, that we should think patiently of these students, and that we help them to get high marks. Doing exercises, this project, doing exercises, doing similar exercises relevant to the examination. Just that we expect to give them high marks. Finally, the final records will be much important to evaluate that your student. I think this year, if we launch this type of a program in selected places, afterwards that we will be able to find the consequence in not this O-level examination. For the new batch, if we can use this type of a method, I think I can ensure all those results will be much helpful for the next newcomers. Therefore, let's practice and do something new always, that you must be a good creator and should be a best teacher and a smart one. And I wish you all the best, and let's see, and you can comment there anything related to this. Thank you.